In my last video I spoke to you guys about the Earth circuit and how the Earth is basically this constantly replenished source of negative surface charge. By the way, happy Independence Day to all of my fellow Americans. So negative surface charge established. So these negatively charged free electrons, what happens to them? Well, apart from being absorbed by you, which I hope they are subject to all these movements and rhythms that present themselves in accordance with the sun, the moon, the Earth itself, and what's going on in the atmosphere. So freely flowing electrons, what are some examples of these movements? One example is your circadian rhythm. This is your sleep-wake cycle. During the day, the sun's rays make the electrons at the surface of the Earth vibrate faster. When the sun sets where you are, this energy isn't as high, and thus this fast vibration moves to a slower vibration. Which leads me to my next example, which is Telerate currents. When the sun is highest in the sky, these electrons become maximally energized. What this does is it creates massive electrical currents that move electrons from a geographical zone of high solar intensity to an area of lower solar intensity. That's what a Telerate current is. These currents follow the sun's position in its 24-hour cycle. Couple this with surface electron vibrations, and you end up with a synchronized internal biological clock that conforms to your immediate geoelectrical environment. But this isn't always the case, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. Before I get to that, I wanted to mention one more, even though there are many, but this is an important one. You may or may not possess one of these, but I think most phones come pre-equipped with these already. It's a compass. These electrons help your compass determine where north is. That's because it's based on geomagnetic field, the Earth circuit. But going back to Telerate currents and electron vibrations, if any of you have traveled through different time zones, or you do it frequently, you might have experienced this awesome thing called jet lag. What's happening here is that when you enter that new time zone, the geomagnetic field frequencies aren't synchronized to your circadian rhythm. So this is a cool trick if you're ever experiencing jet lag. Take your shoes off or wear my sandals, because this allows your body to resynchronize itself with the geomagnetic frequencies of wherever you're at. The reason your circadian rhythm isn't synchronizing is because you're insulated. The body cannot recalibrate itself if you're closed off from that surface charge from the ground. So anybody traveling through different time zones coming up, first of all, be careful. But let me know how this affects you and your experience with this, because I'm really interested to know. Also, I just wanted to say thank you to all of the great people that have decided to give my sandals a try. I've gotten a lot of really kind messages that I really do appreciate. I've been working hard all weekend to get these sandals ready for you. So this one-man team just wants to say thank you. My biggest hope is that this grounding thing gets more attention, because honestly it's one of the most important things you could ever do.